welcome back to Serie, a Spotlight. We're your hosts Jake and Matt.
You know what time it is?
Jake and I will have a very special soft spot for Salernitana.
we love
now.
This might be bad.
But your group has really some characters in it, no?
Ora naħseb.
Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of Serie A Spotlight. This is episode 211 and I'm your host Jake, here to run you through all the action of Matchday 27 in Serie A. As you have probably noticed, Matt couldn't join today as his cat is still leaking ketchup and mayonnaise all over the place. Joining us in his stead is the great Adam Vella.
Thank you for having me. Shout out to Matt and I guess his leaking cat.
It is insensitive, but of course our thoughts and prayers go with Parker, of course, and Matthew as well, who has been in absolute hell because there have been too many complications. But he just has to stay at home and keep an eye on the cat as well, and his furniture and his sheets and everything.
Shout out to Matt. Hope you're doing well.
There we go. So in this episode, we will be giving you a rundown of all the action and then focusing on the Roma and Juve game, while discussing the bigger picture as a whole. So we'll be talking about the title race, if there is a title race. We'll be discussing Juve because Adam happens to be an expert on all things Juventus, and I would confidently call you an expert. Huh?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Would you call yourself an expert?
I would call myself a huge fanatic.
Mm.
Someone whose mental health is very much affected by this team and by Ferrari. So as you can see, I'm quite depressed at the moment.
All things Agnelli.
Exactly. I'm not sure if I would call myself an expert, but I'm quite knowledgeable on the subject, I guess.
Fair enough, bro. The theme this weekend was last-minute goals. We had Pavlovic, Lukaku, Odegaard and Gatti all scoring late. It was an action-packed weekend, one that I enjoyed thoroughly. Before we get into our things, make sure you check out Benevobid for any signed merchandise. They've got a bunch of kits
Really
that
cool
have been
stuff.
really cool stuff.
Really cool
Yes,
stuff.
great stuff. And
Anyone
it all
who's
goes
into
to charity.
collecting, man, anyone who's into collecting, you're adding something really nice to your collection. Even if you're not a collector, say you're an Inter fan, Milan fan, Roma, Napoli, whoever, you can get something that really, I guess, means a lot to you. And at the same time, you're helping a good cause, eh?
Exactly. It's a total win-win situation. And if you like our content, of course, you can like, subscribe, follow, leave a rating, and become a patron if you really love us for access to a group chat, as well as a fantasy football league. And you get to watch us live as well nowadays, which is quite cool because you can ask us questions while we are on air. Yes, let's just get into the rundown. Actually, we have the goal of the week first, which we have to discuss. Brother, there were so many good goals this week. There was Conceição, Odegaard, Wesley, Di Marco scored a great goal, but one stood out.
Definitely.
It was, of course, Folorunsho's goal. The question is, did he mean it?
Was it intentional?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was meant to be a cross.
Yeah, I think so as well. Whipped cross to the other wing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
yes. Because even the way the player on the left, on the attacking left, was positioned, to me it looked like he was expecting the ball. But I guess either Folorunsho had other plans, probably not.
No.
I think it was just an issue of, I guess, incorrect coordination.
Yeah, fair enough. And boy, did he enjoy it as well. He acted like he meant it. He did this whole celebration as well.
I think he's this century's version of Battistuta. I think he thinks so.
He thinks so, exactly.
he's
That's fair enough. What a bloody goal. In fact, I'll run you through the action. We had Parma 1, Cagliari 1, and both goals here came in the second half with the Folorunsho worldie, of course, and Oristagno's 83rd minute leveler. Como beat Lecce 3-1. Nico Paz was actually disciplined for this game. He was benched after arriving late to a meal. Koulibaly opened the scoring early on, but Como proved to be too much for Lecce to handle. Duvicaz, Rodriguez and Kempf eventually killed them off. Yeah, what's your take, bro, on managers disciplining players like this? Like you have Nico Paz, who is the mercurial talent of the team.
I completely agree. To me, irrespective of who you are and who you play for, the badge always comes first. Conte did that in his first season with us when it came to Vidal, who in my view was one of the best in his position for a couple of years. I dare to say he was the best box to box, not the best midfielder, because there was Iniesta
Mhm.
and many others. But I think in terms of box to box midfielder, I think during a 2-3 year period he was the best on the planet. However, he did arrive late a couple of times for training. Conte disciplined him to the point where he played. It's not like he played Pogba or Marquinhos instead of him. He played a player called Michele Pazienza. So to me, Conte did well on that occasion. Fabregas did the same thing now. He did well.
Definitely less risk in Fabregas' case because they don't technically own the player.
Yes, true. However, well, no, they do own the player. I think Real Madrid have
They have an option to
first right of first refusal. But the thing is, they're in the running for a European spot now, be it Champions League or Europa League or Conference League. We'll talk about that later. However, he's still a crucial player.
Yes, absolutely. Don't want to upset him, right? Hellas Verona 1, Napoli 2. Napoli took the lead through Højlund just 2 minutes in. Akpro equalized in the 64th minute and really enjoyed it. And then Lukaku managed a 96th minute winner, and there was an emotional interview after the game. Turns out Lukaku's father had actually passed away not too long ago, and there were some complications flying the body out, and the goal meant a lot to him. He even broke down in the interview after. It was very emotional, bro. What do you think of Big Rom? Do you think that he is serviceable as a striker nowadays?
I think he really matches well with Conte. When he was linked with Juventus a few years ago, well, quite some time ago, it was in the summer we signed Sarri. So it was the 2019-2020 season. I'll be honest, I wasn't happy. Because he never was my favorite player. I did sign him a lot on Football Manager, truth be told, but Football Manager isn't real life. Although he did shut me up with Inter, especially in his first stint.
Yeah.
Not so much in his second stint, I would say. But look, if Conte can find a way to deploy him, I think they should give him at least another season, at least. Because he's not that old. I mean,
no.
31, 32, I think.
Yeah. The question is, do they need to keep someone on who is on his wages? Because in reality, Højlund has proven to be everything Conte could ever dream of, to be honest.
Yes. I think it really depends on whether they're able to sell him, who would be able to afford his salary. I'm not sure what salary he's on. Let's start with that. But do I see maybe a big club or a decently big club who would be willing to sign him? I'm not 100% sure.
No.
Now, if we're talking about maybe someone from the Saudi league or someone from that area, maybe that would be a whole new conversation. And it's not just a matter of selling a player, you need to replace him as well.
Yes, absolutely. And it turns out you can't just bring in the likes of Lorenzo Lucca and just hope everything works out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I mean, to a certain extent, Lukaku, love him or hate him, if he's healthy, if he's not injured, I think it's quite fair to say he's a solid guarantee.
Of course, yes. Especially when you have players around him who are capable in the final third.
Yes.
Like McTominay, Neres, for
Yes,
example.
exactly.
You know, because he doesn't even need to face the goal. He plays with his back towards goal. No defender
Exactly.
can dispossess him. He pings the ball off and
Exactly.
good to go. Fair enough. So yes, hopefully this is a good moment for Lukaku. Hopefully for him and for Napoli, not for your team. Huh? Inter 2, Genoa 0. I am fed up of Di Marco. I'm fed up of him.
I love him.
He's so good.
He is an incredibly good player. Maybe an unpopular opinion, maybe a hot take, maybe not. The best in his position on the planet, in my view.
The fact that many of the top teams don't actually play with wing backs definitely helps.
Let's
but I
put
don't
it
think.
this way: if Di Marco was a player for, I don't know, Brentford, Spurs, even though they're not performing, but I don't know, maybe another English team as well, not necessarily the top clubs. Probably people would say Di Marco is worth at least 60 million, but because he plays for Inter, mind you, I don't like Inter, but we're talking facts here, or our personal opinion, by putting our biases aside. But because he plays in the Italian league and he plays for Inter, people just disregard him.
Yes, yes. And of course, you know, at the end of the day, he's a short guy with a massive bald patch on his head. He's not the most marketable. He's not you know what I mean?
But you know,
But there's something retro about him, something vintage.
He may not have the best haircut. He may not be the tallest, but the guy is strong. The guy is physical. He has a left foot that is pretty much deadly.
Yes.
He can pass, he can cross, he can shoot.
Anything.
Would I want him in my team? Yes, and I would want another 10. Definitely.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, those who have been listening since the beginning remember us talking about Di Marco when he was out on loan, still doing the rounds at Parma, Hellas Verona. Mela. He was good. He had scored against Inter for Parma once and celebrated. It was crazy shithousery. And then Çalhanoğlu, of course, went on to bang a penalty in the 70th minute for a comfortable 2-0 lead over Genoa, who have proven to be a complicated side. Inter just get these games done so professionally.
That is what a real champion does.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Fair enough. Yes, absolutely. Speaking of champions and contrasting them, there was another 2-0 victory. This time it was for Milan away to Cremonese, but the game couldn't have been more different than the Inter one. You watched it?
Yes, I was out with my family. I was out for lunch and I watched it on my phone. Look, I love football. I love the Italian league. But we can't say that it was a very exciting match.
No.
It was what it was.
Yes. It could. I think that Milan were set up for a very professional victory, but the players let Allegri down.
Would you agree with me if I were to say that Milan's best asset, apart from a couple of players, is the manager?
Yeah, I would agree with you, yes. But I think that there are quite a few assets on this Milan team, to be honest.
In my view, your best player is your goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, but the likes of Rabiot and Modric
wait. Obviously, I'm not saying that the others aren't good players, obviously. But if you were to tell me, now, I'm coming from the point of view of a club that their goalkeeper is not performing as well as he should.
Yeah.
But there's our midfield. And I didn't mention Modric. If you were to give me like a carte blanche and you tell me to take a player or two from Milan, I would go for definitely Maignan, number one choice. My number two choice would probably, even though he's not at his best at the moment, would probably be Pulisic. I love him.
I love him a lot, but
Leao, in my view, is just too inconsistent.
But he's been more consistent than Pulisic recently.
Yes.
And they're both not 100%, so it's very difficult to judge. Allegri says that they're both fit, but watching them, it's clear to see that they're not, right?
Look, maybe they don't fit into that system as well.
But
I'm not sure.
It's not a question of tactical know-how or positional awareness. It's the problem right now with Pulisic and Leao seems to me completely physical, especially with Leao. It can't be the case that he can't outrun a centre-back nowadays. He was the type of player who had an extra gear over anyone in the world last season. So I think he's playing with something, and it was mentioned that he's got some pain as well.
But I would say even at his best, I would still probably classify him as quite inconsistent.
Yes,
fantastic.
No, most definitely.
On his day when he's good, he's a beast.
Yes,
but his day isn't always there. Like, he can have off days where he's pretty much inexistent.
Because Allegri said that one of the perks of moving Leao centrally was that he can't just hug the line and disappear from the game. That's what he used to do, to be fair.
Yes.
And then he gets the ball and he bursts and he blows you away. But if this isn't a long-term solution, at least I think it's going to be a valuable season for Leao to learn how to operate and how to involve himself more in the game. Because he's been showing some good things with his back towards goal.
I'm liking Bartesaghi as well.
Oh, I love Bartesaghi. I love him. He's a bit of a liability on set pieces when it comes to defending.
Let's keep in mind it's his first full season, so let's allow these young players to learn, to make mistakes, and to learn from these mistakes. Exactly, yes. He is making Estupinian look ridiculous, poor guy, because Estupinian was meant to be a big money signing from Brighton, big money for Milan standards, and he's been benched by a teenager, you know, so very impressive stuff by Bartesaghi. And thank you can forget about Emerson Royal now.
yes, you will never forget. Milan were extremely wasteful this game. One-on-ones squandered, XG going up. 85th minute, of course, we've heard a million times in Allegri's press conferences that in the 85th minute you have plenty of time and you shouldn't panic, but tell that to my blood pressure, because watching the game, I was tearing my beard out because I don't have any hair, of course, to tear out. It took Pavlovic in the 89th minute to get Milan across, and it seemed to be a goal that I thought it was going to get cancelled at first because it was awkward the way he struck it. And then eventually in the...
Another player I like a lot.
I love Pavlovic. But he has his haters, huh?
We mentioned him when I came here last season, at the beginning of the season. Like, I think we were maybe 3 games in, and we spoke about him. It was right before the period when he, for some reason, remember when he got benched?
I do remember. Yes.
A bit of a period. Still can't understand why.
I don't know why. And they were planning on selling him. They were trying to sell him to Turkey. I don't know why. I love the player. I think he's very good. And then, of course, after that, in the 94th minute, Nkunku broke through and he found himself one-on-one with the keeper and squared it to Leao because he remembered that I have him on Fanta. I think Nkunku would have never shot there. His confidence is so low.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he would have been happy to pass that any day.
Nkunku, when he used to play in Germany,
he was a monster.
Completely different player.
You follow the Bundesliga. Can you tell us a little bit about Nkunku there?
Nkunku and Thuram had the same issue. They were both, in my opinion at least, both very good players with their respective clubs, with Mönchengladbach and Leipzig. However, no one was quite sure on where exactly was their natural position, because you can't play them as a lone striker. You just can't. At least at the time you couldn't. As a winger, as wingers, both of them had their limitations. They wouldn't always cross, and when they would cross, sometimes they would cross from a position where they could have had a chance to shoot. Then Nkunku used to be played as well as a false 9. And in my view, that was a really good position for him. When he was linked, when Chelsea bought him, I still said that they got a really good player. Problem was they bought him injured. Either they bought him injured or else he got injured immediately. It was one of those two.
And they had brought him in with quite a few other players in a similar position.
I mean, Chelsea, look at how many players they've bought in the past 3 or 4 years.
2 team buses.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, I wonder, do you see Nkunku succeeding at Milan?
I would say he needs a fresh start.
A fresh start away from Milan?
No. He needs to put this season past him. In my opinion, with all due respect, there is no title race.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a matter of do I prefer Inter or Milan winning the league. For me, if Juventus aren't in it, for all I care, Crotone can win it, even though they're not in Serie A. But you have an Inter team that's doing extremely well. There's how many point gap? 10-point gap.
10-point gap.
11 games to go. They have an excellent team. A manager who in his defense is doing well, in my view.
Yes.
And I don't see Milan with that squad winning the league this year. So I think Nkunku should use this time to maybe help himself settle in a bit more. Start next season afresh. Have a full pre-season with the team. And then hopefully perform better.
Yes.
I used to say the same thing about Cup Miners in terms of Juventus, because last season he came when the league had already started. He came in injured, and I thought, look, let's give him a season. Let's see what he does with a full preseason with the team. Things unfortunately still didn't go well. But maybe Nkunku manages to settle in.
Because the drop off is dramatic.
Yes,
it's crazy.
It is. And in a season when, I mean, it's the season before the World Cup, you would expect certain players to maybe, I don't know, improve their game a bit. But it hasn't happened for him.
Not at all. But quietly, he's racking up the numbers statistically. Granted, he scored a few penalties. Personally, I'm a big fan of his penalty-taking technique. He just hoofs it as hard as he can, and I love that. Even if the goalie touches it, it's going in.
There's a chance of the ball going in.
Exactly. None of that stutter nonsense.
Like Pogba.
Yeah. But we'll get into Milan in more detail later on. Sassuolo shocked everyone this weekend, to be honest with you, because the first thing that happened in their match against Atalanta was in the 16th minute, Pinamonti was sent off. Despite this, Sassuolo took the lead through Con in the 23rd minute, and then Thordsved doubled their lead in the 69th minute. And then Musa scored what would only be a consolation goal in the 88th minute to make it a 2-1 home victory against Atalanta. That is pretty impressive from the newly promoted Sassuolo against an Atalanta side that has been impressing, coming off a very dramatic comeback in the Europa League where it took Kristovic in the last minute getting his head sliced open, and then Palladino in the dressing room being like, look at this is our hero, look at this guy, basically holding up his bloody bandage, saying
Kristovic is such a warrior, in my
he's
opinion.
a warrior. Oh, yes, he's a cool player.
And
We'd
I
love
have
to have him on your
no
team.
idea why Fiorentina sacked Palladino. I can't understand.
What a mistake, eh?
My
What a
opinion,
mistake. What a mistake. Terrible mistake, and it's going to cost them. It can potentially cost them quite devastatingly. Yeah. Torino 2, Lazio 0 in bad meets evil. Cairo versus Lotito. Simeone and Zapata scored for Torino. That's 2 strikers more than Lazio actually have. It's funny to see Torino lining up with Simeone and Zapata when they're playing Ratkov up front, or Daniel Maldini. Terrible situation for both these clubs right now. I would like to discuss your thoughts on them later on as well. Pisa hosted Bologna in a game that saw Bologna create very little, virtually nothing, and then in the 90th minute, Odegaard unleashes a rocket from out of the box to shock everyone and land them all 3 points. Italiano after said, we haven't forgotten about Odegaard, saying that he's still very much an important player to this team. And then, of course, last night, your boy Rugani made his debut for Fiorentina against Udinese. And Udinese put 3 past them, and they were all Rugani's fault. Every single goal.
I mean, look, I loved him with Juventus. I think he was an excellent utility player. Never complained. Always did his job to the best of his ability. Was he an Esta? Obviously not. Was he a Bonucci? Obviously not. However, I would have happily kept him. I think he was a good utility player at the back. He helped us during times when we had our starting 2, sometimes 3 centre backs injured. He played without any complaints and did his job quite well. Now the fact that he's not doing well, he didn't do well in his first match with Fiorentina. Personally, it doesn't affect me that much because he's now with another team. I feel bad for him because he gave it his all with us. Now he's with another club. I wish him well. I hope he Rugani, and Fagioli as well do well with Fiorentina. But now they're playing for another club, so ultimately, what they do with other clubs doesn't have an effect on us. I guess.
Good luck to them, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Before we move on to the Roma Juve game, I want to read out this comment from Daniel, who says, I would say that the manager is the reason Milan are guaranteed a cure for insomnia. And this weekend you're going down. We'll see about that.
Well, the insomnia comment, I get it, because no one in their right mind would say that Allegri's football is very nice to watch, or it keeps you awake. But I would say that it's overall it's quite effective.
It is extremely effective.
I mean, look at that squad. Are they realistically now? Is this Milan team a title-winning team compared to a fully fit Napoli? Keep in mind how many injuries they had, and Inter.
No, it's. I understand, and to be honest, I agree. Even when you factor in the fact that Leao and Pulisic haven't been 100%, the Milan haven't had a striker,
and they're not strikers exactly.
Yeah, and full crew came in and broke his toe immediately. Jimenez from the start was injured. No, this team is overperforming for a year one. This is an excellent season.
Yes, to me, if at the start of the season, I was looking at a title race like we had last year between Inter and Napoli. To be honest, I was expecting Napoli to win it for the sole reason that they have a more experienced coach. However, Kivu did really well. And I would also say that Napoli's injuries had a bit of an impact on them. I wasn't expecting Milan to be up there. So I think the players are doing well. And the manager, in my opinion, result-wise, is doing well as well.
Yes.
Don't expect this team to play, champagne football.
But
Ultimately, you've got players who aren't known to play really nice football.
yes.
There's Modric, who's obviously a god in his position. However, the other players aren't players who you would expect them to play, I don't know, like Xavi, Iniesta, and
Yes,
Busquets.
there are players with severe limitations. For example,
Exactly. But
Yeah.
the results, by and large, at least they're there.
Yes, absolutely. And you can see the development of certain players as
Yes.
well. Like De Winter came in, he was really stuttering at first. Now he
Yes.
looks like the best one at the back.
Mhm.
This is the same defense that conceded truckloads of goals under Fonseca and Conceição, and now it's looking resolute. And I would say that
Yes.
Milan's defense is one of their greatest strengths at the moment. And not to mention as well, the football might be boring and slow, but the XG that Milan rack up and the clear chances they have every game are very high. And if Milan had a natural finisher, for example, Pulisic at the start of the season was finishing these chances for fun. Now he can't even.
That's why
Yeah.
I agreed with was it Daniel with
Yeah.
Daniel's comment that it is his Allegri's football is a cure for insomnia. But then that's why I also said his football more often than not is quite effective.
Yes. It's very, very much so. And Allegri has said, he said, I'd rather have 2 clear-cut chances, 3 clear-cut chances than 12 half chances in a game.
I think it's a matter of mentality as well. Personally, I'd rather win 1-0, 2-0 than win 5-3.
Yeah, same here. Absolutely. Because the foundation is there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that too, to be honest with you. So let's go to the game of the week, brother, because we are chomping at the bit to discuss this. So Roma 3, Juve 3. I'm sure at one point you thought you were down and out and you were fucking punching your sofa. Or
No,
whatever you-
when we conceded the third goal, I was sure it was it. That was it. Yes.
Same here, to be honest. I didn't see a way out. But if there is something about Juve this season that we haven't seen really in recent seasons, man, is that fight that you keep going until the very end. And
More
it's
often than not.
More often than not.
There
And
were matches where we didn't
Uh-huh.
do that, like Como at home. We
Yeah,
were
no,
a
Como at home
we
was
were a
disaster.
complete disaster.
That's true.
Napoli away, especially in the first half. This was one of Spalletti's first matches. Again, we were a complete disaster in the first half. Second half, we did quite well. There were matches, however, that maybe the result didn't come. However, I was quite proud of the team's performance, at least. Am I happy with the team's league position? Obviously not.
Yes. Just a quick question. Were you in favor of Tudor being the manager going into the season?
My heart said yes. My common sense said no.
That's what happens when a manager earns that Champions League spot. You can't help but feel like they deserve it, but it's so obviously not.
I said my heart said yes.
Mhm.
It wasn't because he finished the season in 4th place. It's because he was quite a loved ex-player of ours.
Mhm.
He actually was assistant manager under Pirlo.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
It was the only assistant manager job he accepted. Obviously, because it was Juventus. I mean, a team he loves. Secondly, when Juventus called him after they sacked Thiago Motta, he immediately came in. So I do love the guy a lot, and I really, really hope he does well at Spurs, even though I don't expect him to do so.
They're ignoring him, the players.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who did I want instead of him? I'm honestly not sure, because would Conte have come back? Maybe. I'm not sure. Was Spalletti an option that was considered at the time? I don't think so. And then he also had a bit of an ultimatum, because if I recall correctly, he wanted to be guaranteed another season, or else he wouldn't have gone to the Club World Cup.
Yes,
And
I
that was
remember
a
this.
bit of an issue.
Yeah.
So, I ultimately agree with his. Well, it wasn't an appointment; it was a confirmation. I guess.
Confirmation, yeah.
No, I didn't. But I didn't have a coach I wanted. Probably, actually, no, I did. Palladino.
But you know what? Palladino would have been a risk because you had tried
Yes.
something similar with
Thiago
Pirlo
Motta.
and Thiago Motta.
Well, with Pirlo, I wouldn't count Pirlo as the same risk as Thiago Motta. I think Pirlo was a much bigger risk.
Yes,
Even
yes.
though he won the Coppa Italia. I'm not going to mention the Super Cup. It's just one match.
Of course. With Pirlo, it wouldn't have
Pirlo-
been meritocratic. or
No,
the fuck, yeah.
Pirlo was just a cheap option because
Yeah.
the club financially wasn't doing well. And apart from that, I guess it was someone who knows the club, but it takes much more to manage one of the big teams. Let's be honest.
Agreed. Motta, on the other hand, you can see what they were trying to do, but I don't think
Yes.
it's a risk you can repeat, especially when you look around you and you see these seasoned managers like Conte and Allegri going to your rivals. You can't help but
Yes.
feel we're taking another risk, right?
But then, look who's in first place. Look who's going to win the league.
Kiwi.
Someone who coached in Serie for 13 matches last season.
Yes, with
Only
Parma.
13 matches with Parma, exactly.
Fucking hell.
Although, let's see what he does next year.
Yes.
They keep him.
Yes.
I mean,
Because there will
I
be...
see them keeping him for
of course.
for God's sake. If he wins the league,
If
he
he wins
deserves
the
another
league,
season.
of course. Now we'll see what they do in the Coppa Italia as well against Como. I'm very excited for that game.
I'm interested. I'm curious.
Uh-huh.
That's the word. I'm curious.
Because Fabregas has died on this hill that he's not going to change his system. Then he rocked up again to the Milan game against Milan, mirroring Milan's system, almost trying to out Allegri to prove a point. And I wonder if he'll take that into the Coppa Italia
Are you
semi-final.
seeing these comments online about Fabregas, like calling him every negative adjective?
Under the sun?
Exactly.
Yes, I've seen a few.
You know, I don't mind that. As in, I don't mind him having an attitude. He is trying to portray himself to be, I don't know, some sort of Ancelotti or Guardiola.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
I mean, he should calm down a bit, but he's doing a brilliant job.
He is. He's even contributing on the pitch as well, pulling our players while they're chasing the ball. Oh, no.
No,
He's really annoying.
He
to be fair.
wouldn't be on my Christmas list, let's put it that way. And I still wouldn't call him a good coach. He needs more time.
Yeah.
I think the jury's still out on him. However, I would say he is doing a really good job.
He's doing a great job, to be honest. The whole club is doing a great job. Because,
Oops.
oh my God. No problem. We are off air. Yes, I think that the whole Como project is run very well.
Yes.
Of course, there's a lot of criticism because of the fact that they don't really give an opportunity to Italians, right?
Yes, but I mean, look at the big teams. Are there many? Look at the national team. Who was the national team's last really good striker?
No, striker.
I mean, Euro 2021, well, 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
There was a Immobile and Bellotti.
Bellotti,
Skip. Last Euro, we had Scamacca,
Scamacca.
Retegui.
I liked Retegui, to be honest.
But
Using
is
the
he
past
at
tense.
top level?
He might have been. We barely saw him.
I'm not sure.
We barely saw him. We saw him. Let me tell you
With Genoa?
Yes, we saw him. So the first time I saw Retegui personally was at Taali, and he scored 2 against Malta. And they had just converted his
I
nationality.
would probably say. I mean, World Cup 06, there was Tony. Euro 08, there was Tony as well. World Cup 2010. I mean, the best striker wasn't playing. It was Quagliarella.
Yes.
He was playing Gilardino and Iaquinta, who weren't really at their best.
Mm-hmm.
Euro 12, there was Cassano and Balotelli.
Fun combo, but
yes, but again,
I think Balotelli was very
Cassano,
good
in
back
my
then, though.
opinion, is the type of player who I'd probably describe him as the right talent on the wrong man.
Okay, yes. Fair enough.
But I mean, Italy, for a country of 60 plus million people, they need to produce at least one good striker.
Yes. Agree. Oh, nowadays, I think that probably going into this playoff match that Italy have, you don't want to take Moiskin and start him because it's clear that this guy under pressure struggles. And you watch Fiorentina play, this guy doesn't have any confidence. He tries to knock the ball past the defender and shoots on sight. So you don't want him. Retegui is a little bit of a question mark because he's playing for Al-Addisa or whatever.
Bring back Chiesa.
No, I was going to say, dude, just put Pio Esposito there.
Oh, yes, definitely.
He's fearless.
Oh, no, definitely. Esposito. I joke around with one of my closest friends. Who's an Inter supporter. I call him the savior, but just to pick on him. He's doing well. He's physical. He's strong. He can pass the ball as well. Good at heading the ball. The question is, when you're picking a national team, in my opinion, you need to look at the team's form. That is how you pick your starting 11 and the rest of the team.
Absolutely.
Who is the best performing Italian striker? There is only one correct answer. It is not a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
for
a fact.
midfielders, you can say Tonali, you can say Barella, there's Locatelli. You've got a few options. But when it comes to striker, to centre forward, there is no other correct answer other than Pio Esposito.
Agreed. And half the team trains with him every week, every day. You know, so you have DiMarco on the left, who's one of your greatest assets. Put him with a striker who knows him, and yeah.
You've got Bastoni, you've got DiMarco.
Exactly.
Play the
Barella.
If you have a good nucleus of players that play for Inter, then in my opinion, Gattuso needs to play a bit of a system that these players are comfortable playing in. Case in point, last Euros, Spalletti played with a 4-3-3, sometimes a 4-4-2 formation. DiMarco was horrible. Why? Because he's a left wing back, not a left back. So, in my view, Gattuso, if he has a good nucleus of players who play for Inter, and there are a couple of players who play for Inter, I mean, I would probably say they're the most represented club.
Yes,
At the
for
moment,
sure. And it's not even close, I think.
No, I would think so.
Yeah.
Then play a system that they're comfortable playing in. I would say bring back Chiesa. I'm tired of Politano and Zaccagni now with the national team. Nothing against them because I think they're too... But I think they're good players.
But is Chiesa really an option, man? Is he viable? How has he been playing? I don't watch Liverpool.
Well,
that
with
much.
Liverpool, he hasn't been started, but he's been coming on as a sub. And I would say a one-footed Chiesa is better than all the wingers we have right now with the national team, in my opinion.
Especially
Also-
because of the collective dip in form. Like Orsolini hasn't been performing. either.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, he's no longer Orsonaldo.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's
I mean, look-
Orso Cerci.
You know, another player I would consider, although I'm quite biased because he, in spite of his horrible character, I love him, Zaniolo.
I love Zaniolo.
I love
I love Zaniolo.
Is he a piece of monkey crap? Yes. He is. Is he talented? In my view, hell yes.
And he's the type of he's a villain.
Yes.
You
exactly.
boo him and he gets better.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
I love Zaniolo. He's a rock star. on
Give
the
him a
pitch,
chance. Leave him out of the squad. Leave Moiskin out of the sququad. I would like to see a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3 to accommodate more the Inter
Yeah,
style.
yeah. You need DiMarco in a back three.
Left
come.
wing back.
You need him as a,
I see him as a left wing back rather a back three.
Yes, but you need a back three to support him,
Yes.
to cover for him.
And at the front three, if let's say it'll play 3-4-3, imagine. I think it'll be a 3-5-2, but let's say 3-4-3. I would see the front three at the moment, without actually thinking, just at the top of my mind. Chiesa, Zaniolo, Pio Esposito, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It could be a recipe for disaster. It could be something that might work.
You know what?
Or
worries
maybe
me
I'm
in
just
that
going
system?
crazy.
Yeah, in that system, I think the double pivot, the midfield too. There aren't many options that can cover a lot of ground. and do
Tonali,
enough.
Barella.
But
Leave
Tonali-
Locatelli on the bench.
Tonali, Barella, fair enough, but leave Locatelli on the bench.
If you're playing a 3-4-3, yes.
Yes, it's true. You'd have to go for Barella and Tonali. It's true.
But
the two
then,
most
if it's a
industrious ones.
3-5-2, then you need to play Esposito, you need a striker. I don't like this double false nine rubbish.
No.
You need Pio Esposito, and I think someone next to him. Someone like Chiesa or someone like Zaniolo. I might
Or
be missing
Raspadori,
something.
man.
I still can't understand what people see in him. I'll be
Really?
honest with you.
He's a little Aguero-esque type of player.
I didn't like him with Sassuolo. I didn't like him with Napoli. I hated the fact that he was linked to Juventus when he played for Sassuolo. I must be missing something, but I just don't like him.
No, he's okay. He's quite a technical, stocky kind
Would
of
you
like
play
pitbull-esque.
him? Would you play him instead of Zaniolo or Chiesa?
I mean, at the moment, man, form-wise, it's hard to say because it's not like Raspadori's hit the ground running, you know.
With
Atletico. Now he's back. No, he's at Atalanta. He's barely made noise.
I think Italy's best position would probably be midfield, like centre midfield. I would say,
the best.
Best options
You actually have a choice, but I think as well, for example,
and goalkeeper. But
Yes.
goalkeeper.
Also, I would probably on DiMarco's opposite side, I'd probably throw Palestra in there, man.
Give him a chance.
Yeah,
yes.
fuck it, man. Why not? I mean, it's not like the Italian team has been doing well. They've missed 2 World Cups in a row.
Pizzilli is he Italian?
Pizzilli's Italian and he is excellent. He's good. Oh.
The fact that Gatti got man of the match was stupid.
It's so
It's stupid.
He played 4 minutes.
Pizzilli was man of the match.
Yeah.
In my view, it was Pizzilli.
That's a great transition, actually, because we're
Sorry.
getting off topic. It's perfect. So, just to summarize the game so we can freestyle a little bit, Wesley opened up the scoring with a curler, and then Conceição equalized with a sublime volley that would have been goal of the week had it not been for Folorunsho's freak goal.
Yes.
Indica and Malin put Roma up by 2, and then Juve came back thanks to Boga and the last gasp Gatti equalizer. Now, bro, just a few thoughts on the game, Adam. I'm sure you have quite a few.
More individual errors at the back. We conceded, I think it's 20 goals in 7 matches. Because we conceded, let's go back. We conceded 3 against Roma. We conceded another 2 against Galatasaray, that's 5. Another 5 against Galatasaray, that's 10. We conceded 3 against Inter, that's 13. We conceded 3 against Atalanta in the Coppa Italia, that's 16. 2 against Lazio, that's 18. 2 against Como, that's 20. How many matches was that? 7?
Yeah, something like that.
So it's almost a 3-goal average per match.
Yeah.
Which is just unacceptable.
It's
unacceptable for a team battling relegation, let alone Juventus.
But what's going on? Why is this happening?
It's individual errors. I'm not sure if it's inexperience. I'm not sure if it's the fact that maybe we think that certain players are actually better than they are. Case in point, Cambiaso, this time last year, when I was on this thing, well, actually, no, earlier, because it was at the beginning of the season, we were talking about him like being one of the best in his position. When he could play left, he could play right. He played as a left winger, right winger as well. He could play in midfield to a certain extent as well. Ever since he was linked with Manchester City and got injured, he hasn't been the same since.
Not at all. He's been so clumsy, man. Like, it's almost like, you know, when your controller disconnects on FIFA.
Yes.
Kind of like that, you know. He has lapses.
You know
in
that
focus.
old Windows XP shutdown sound like that's Cambiaso sometimes. That
And
said-
he's capable
that
of
said,
scoring
I'd still
bizarre own
keep
goal.
him, eh?
Yeah, you would.
I would still
Because
definitely
his
keep
value is low, right? You think he can bounce back?
him. Maybe I'm hopeful. Another
How old is
player.
Cambiaso nowadays?
He's not
26.
old, eh?
He's not young, not old.
Someone
he needs to get
who
his shit together.
has... Look, Bremer,
I was going to ask you about him.
I
'Cause
love
in,
him.
in Spalletti's system, he needs the ball at his feet more.
I love him. I want him to stay.
Uh-huh.
He's been through a huge injury. Let's be fair to the guy. But it's clear he's not back to his best. And I wouldn't expect him to be. So I want the season to be over. I want us to hopefully in some way, shape or form finish 4th. And have Bremer have a proper rehabilitation. Well, he had a rehabilitation. A proper preseason. A good rest. Because he was also at fault in certain matches as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a bit clumsy. Maybe he was a bit slow. His reaction time wasn't as accurate as it used to be, and I completely get it. I am cutting him some slack because of the injury, but facts are facts. The only defender, in my opinion, who is playing consistently well is Kalulu.
Yes, and he hasn't missed a game other than the suspension.
Exactly. I would say that our best player in terms of talent, I think, is Yildiz. Second to Yildiz, again in terms of talent and what he's capable of doing on his day, I'd probably say Thuram.
Thuram, I agree.
But I look at consistency much more than like raw talent.
Yes.
Our most consistent players this season have been Kalulu and Locatelli.
Yes.
I'm happy with Boga's performances.
He's looked like
He's
a
helped us a lot.
dependable,
Yes, he has helped us
deployable,
a lot.
sorry,
A
player.
lot.
Yes, for sure.
I'm not happy with the goalkeeper.
I was going to ask you about this, man. So Di Gregorio, for me, this Di Gregorio situation is purely a confidence thing.
I think that Di Gregorio is a good goalkeeper. My friends want him out, like my close friends who support Juventus want him out. Last summer we had a discussion about him because they said that we should have got Carnesecchi. I mean, okay, fine.
Allah hindsight.
Pay them 45, 50 million. We got Di Gregorio for I think 15, 18 million.
From Monza, right? When they got relegated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. For 2 straight seasons, if I recall correctly, He was the goalkeeper who had the biggest amount of saves as well.
He was, bro. I remember watching him in the playoffs in Serie B when Monza were coming up. He's an animal. On the line, he's cat-like. Even in the game, I forgot which one.
He has made a couple of excellent saves.
He makes a mistake. Exactly. Against Inter on the line.
Against Inter, we lost by a goal. Fine. Had it not been for Di Gregorio, we wouldn't have suffered the first goal. True. However, had it not been for Di Gregorio, we would have suffered probably another 2-3 goals.
Yes, his reflexes are very good, and sometimes he's cat-like, and the way he pounces.
I would
really,
give him another season.
Yeah.
Although
you'd keep a season as a starter.
Yes.
It doesn't concern you what you've seen, like so many mistakes.
It concerns me. However, we've seen players bounce back.
Yes, we have.
We have seen players bounce back. If he is given, I think Spalletti did the right thing, benching him. However, if he is given like the right confidence, case in point Bonucci, people sometimes forget how horrible Bonucci was in his first 2 years. Then his confidence came. He started playing more, I guess, as a midfielder, playing at the back to a certain extent. He did obviously had the luxury of having Barzagli, Lichtsteiner, and Chiellini. Pretty good neighbors to have at the back.
Yes, I would say so.
I mean, and one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, the greatest of his generation for sure, Buffon. Yeah. So he did have that cushion. Di Gregorio obviously doesn't have that.
No, he's got Lord Kelly.
Although Kelly,
he's been good.
He's shut me up.
He's shut you up, but it's clear that he's still
look. I'll
not ideal.
I'll put it this way: when it comes to Kelly, was I excited when he signed him? No. If a good offer comes, do I think the club should sell him? Yes. But I mean, if someone were to come and just offer, 6-7 million, no, keep him.
Yeah.
I think if you look at our squad, we have a lot of players who would be excellent reserves.
That's it. No one quite deserves to be sold. Well, not no one, but many of them don't. But they shouldn't be the week in, week out starters.
Exactly. Because then if you look at some of the players who come in, who are substituted on, there's Boga, who so far has been quite effective. Zagrova.
What do you think of Zagrova?
Zagrova was effective against Galatasaray, even though he missed that
chance.
But I mean, look, you don't lose a match because of one episode.
Exactly. Yes.
You don't. Although he should have scored 100%. Against Roma, in my opinion, forget about the assist, because even without the assist to Boga, he would have still done well, in my view.
He was a handful for them.
Yes.
Something that they didn't have to deal with before.
Exactly.
He's so unpredictable, even when he's like the way he turns.
Yes,
and
even the way he passes the ball.
Yeah.
Sometimes his passes look like mini shots.
It's true.
Hopefully his health gets better, because clearly he's not fully fit.
But how is this still the case?
It's been understand. A while. I can't understand.
Like Kalulu's played every single game. How is he not match fit yet?
Genetics, I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, well, he's Albanian or Kosovo.
Bosnian.
No, Kosovo.
No, Kosovo. Sorry, Kosovo.
Yes, those Kosovan genes. Huh?
Please, let's not talk about Openda.
Yes. Openda is you. So again, Bundesliga.
Yeah. Openda was great in the German league. His numbers spoke for themselves, and he had a monster like Sesko next to him. So he had someone overshadowing him. He did play as a supporting striker a lot as well.
Maybe that's what he needs. Like Vlahovic and Openda together. Ideally.
I really want Vlahovic to come back. I want him to renew his contract. Unpopular opinion, but that's my opinion.
Of course.
I want him to renew his contract.
I mean, you'll make a loss if you get rid of him, and
exactly.
I mean, granted, you free up the wages, but
but who are you going to sign?
Exactly. Colomwani is an option that you're still kind of like flirting with and looking at.
PSG, I mean, we tried to sign him in summer. PSG wanted, I think, 65-70 million.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, straight up.
He's not Haaland.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although Haaland's worth at least 150, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly, man. Yildiz. Speaking of Yildiz,
huge talent.
I can't help but notice.
Huge talent, highly inconsistent.
More than highly inconsistent. But his final third particularly needs work. That final pass, that through ball, that shot. He needs a bit more refinement there.
Sometimes he does work his magic. He is still 21 years old. He's Juventus' number 10. Let's not forget who wore that shirt.
Yeah.
Baggio, Platini. God himself, Del Piero. Yes, I'm biased. Baggio was much better than Del Piero, but I'm biased.
Yeah, let him have it, guys.
Tevez.
Yeah.
I won't mention Pogba. Pogba wasn't a number 10, you know?
Yeah.
So the weight of the shirt is quite big. Again, when you're playing for Juventus, Inter, and Milan, the fact of the matter is, those clubs are not for everyone, in my honest opinion. Now, when you have a very young player who is playing for one of these three teams, in my view, when it comes to Yildiz, he is carrying the attack on his own. Yes, he makes some mistakes sometimes, true. But God knows how many missed opportunities from his crosses or his passes we had. From David, from Conceição, from Zagrova, from Openda. So maybe his assist stats might not be the highest. It's not for his fault though.
No. Everything needs to be taken into
I think we need
consideration,
to give him some slack as well. He is carrying the attack on his own.
It's true. Yes. That's totally correct, especially when you look around him and everyone seems to be still trying to make a name for himself, like Conceição and Jonathan David, who seems to have a bout of anxiety when he came in. He was so scared.
There's something I see in David. I haven't given up on him.
His movement is good.
I've given up on Openda. I have given up on Openda. But David, at least his link-up play is good.
Yes.
He wins a couple of balls here or there. I would give David another season. Openda, no.
Yes. We have a question from Alan who says, or an observation rather,
Alright.
is it just me or is it a repeating theme with Juve's squad? High ceilings, low consistency. Di Gregorio, Cambiaso, Conceição, and at times Yildiz also get taken out in large parts of the game, to be honest. Is it the club atmosphere? Do they need a mental coach?
I totally get where is it a he or a she?
Alan.
I totally get where Alan is. He's laughing. I totally get where he's coming from, where Alan is coming from. Although, the thing is this. The players we've signed, apart from Kelly, in the past year or two, I think they all had pretty decent pedigrees. Were they ready for Juventus? Maybe not. But look at certain players we signed in the past. Maybe I'm going a bit too back, but I'm still going there. Zambrotta. You like it wasn't like No, wait. You'll get where I'm coming from. Zambrotta. Was he signed from a big team? No. Cannavaro. He was flopping at Inter. Buffon and Thuram were playing for Parma. They were obviously monstrous players and playing for a good team.
I was going to tell you, this is back when men were men, Adam.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Lippi. It's not like we got Lippi from a big team. I think we got him from Napoli. Napoli at the time weren't one of the bigger teams.
Provincial side.
Exactly. They're not the Napoli we know today. I understand what he's saying, and I do tend to agree. I think players nowadays need to stop being prima donnas. They need to grow up. They need to grow something else as well.
Yes. And it's not their hair.
Exactly. And if something goes well, they need to stop crying.
Yes.
And they need to stop complaining. I get what he's saying. However, I think Cambiaso's hype before he got injured, was it exaggerated? 100% yes. I still think that he is a good player. I think Cambiaso is a good player who at the moment is not playing well. Who else did he mention?
He mentioned Di Gregorio, Yildiz, Conceição, and Cambiaso. Yes, that's it.
Conceição, if I were to forget about Sunday's goal. If I were to describe Conceição using just one word, it would probably be, unfortunately, ineffective.
Ineffective?
Final pass? No. Goals? Forget about the Roma goal. No.
No, yes. But
he does a few good things, yes, but I think for him to be fully effective, I think his stats need to improve a tiny bit.
Final thirds. It's always difficult when you have a player who's clearly such a good dribbler.
He's talented.
He's very talented. He's the best dribbler in the team, I think. Maybe apart from, of course, the star boy himself. But he's a great dribbler. And Zagrova probably actually is a very good dribbler as well.
I think we need to give him some more time as well.
Yeah.
Look, on paper, potentially, I see us playing 4-2-3-1. Cambiaso, Sorry, Conceição, Yildiz, Zagrova, Vlahovic.
That would be quite interesting. And you press the fuck out of them.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, but you need to be
They need to be healthy,
fitter
though.
as well. Healthy,
Exactly.
that's it. And that's been a massive factor.
Yes.
Shout out to Daniel, by the way, who mentioned Vergara for Italy. It can be a wild card. Vergara. I think he reminds me of like a street footballer. That type of. He's got that boldness about him.
Look, if something isn't working with the national team at the moment, and it clearly isn't, then someone who is performing well with his club, even if he's performing okay, give him a chance and let's see what he can do.
Exactly. Yes, that's a good way of looking at it, for sure. And don't ignore players in different leagues, by the way,
Yes,
because
of
I don't know why.
Not just Serie A.
Yeah, like there are Coyote has been interesting.
Exactly,
Like Coyote has been taking those throw-ins. Man, he launches them at the. They're a massive threat.
I think in a past life he was a basketball player.
Yeah. Imagine a situation where Italy are 1-0 down in the playoff with 10 minutes to go. You bring in a player like Coyote and you play for throw-ins. It's not exactly attractive, but it's a solution.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm scared. I don't see them going through.
You don't see them going?
No.
I don't know. I think
I love Gattuso. I respect him a lot. I respected him as a player. He always showed.
I love him.
I think he showed Juventus a lot of respect. Didn't really respect Inter.
Mhm.
In my view, I wanted him to do well as a manager as well with Milan and with Napoli. But if I look at that squad, I just don't see them going through. Hopefully, I'm wrong.
No, it's looking a little bit dire.
You've got Northern Ireland, and then if they go through,
Exactly.
they play Wales away.
Yeah. It's tough. We'll see. The problem for me is that many of these players tend to do well in their comfort zone. That's what I
Yes.
noticed. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, of course. And fingers crossed that Malta managed to get one over Lithuania as well.
Once we're mentioning national team, let's cut this crap about Bastoni not playing for the national team.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
You
just
wanted to talk about this.
He's an excellent player. He needs to play.
Yeah.
Is he? I mean, the nicest guy on the planet. Do I like him? No. Is he a good player? Yes. Then he has to play.
Exactly. Yes, and I think that actually you benefit from playing players who have this cattiveria about them. You know, you need these players, man, in your team. Look at Argentina. They won the World Cup. They were rough. They were hard to play.
Otamendi, De Paul, Paredes. They were pieces of crap.
Exactly.
Like they were some of the meanest players on the planet.
Yeah.
Look at what Otamendi did in the Champions League when he took off. Well, he didn't take off his shirt Sorry, he could have been yellow carded. But he pulled his shirt up
to show him
the 3 trophies he won with Argentina.
Yeah. Hilarious. And he did that to
Vinicius.
Vinny.
Yes. To me, should we speak about the Bastoni episode for just?
Let's do it. Why not?
Look, Bastoni, to a certain extent, did his job in the sense that he played for the yellow card. He played for Kalulu to get sent off.
Mm-hmm.
Was it good sportsmanship? No, it's part of the game, though.
It's gamesmanship, isn't it?
It's the referee's responsibility to, I guess, to call Bastoni out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Bastoni did his job. I didn't like Bastoni's reaction. I'll be honest.
But when you say you didn't like it,
I mean, come on,
you don't
celebrating that you cheated a guy, getting sent off. I mean, just do it. Yes, get him sent off, but then just shut up.
Okay.
Secondly, I think we need to talk about the VAR protocol as well.
It's been changed, I believe.
The second yellow card, in my opinion, needs to get checked.
Yes.
If you have an episode that is going to change the dynamic of the match, a red card, a second yellow card, a goal,
even a corner, man, you can check it. It's objective. Why not? I think it's been talked about as well. I'm not sure.
Sometimes I also consider abolishing VAR because look at some of the offsides that are given. They're so stupid.
Yes, but
they're so stupid.
But no. If you abolish VAR, you're back in chaos. Nowadays, we complain about single incidents,
I think
bro. If you remove VAR,
I think we're still in chaos, though.
We are, but bro, recently.
Plus, we're still in chaos with the benefit of technology. How can we justify the fact that you've got 3 or 4 people in the Sala VAR?
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got the referee himself re-watching the clip, clearly seeing that the goal should have stood. I'm not talking about a particular episode because this happens to everyone. People should stop playing the victim. Juventus fans, Inter fans, Napoli fans, Milan, everyone. These things happen to everyone. Yes, this season, in my opinion, we did have a few that were huge.
This season has been the worst.
In
Last
my
season was
opinion,
much better with VAR.
I would
It
say
was
so.
handled
Yes,
much better.
I would
yeah.
say so. Yes. People should stop playing the victim. Mistakes happen in every match,
Mhm.
and well, rather than every match, they happen against every team.
Yes.
But what I can't accept is certain obvious mistakes from the referee.
Yes.
If you see a player who is not offside, then don't give the offside.
Let the play run and check it later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No. It definitely needs to be made more objective. That's what I believe, and I
Yes.
think that referees need a little bit of an upgrade as well
the
because
offside rule, man.
the offside, yeah.
Having this much of your boot in an offside position, what effect will that have?
And apparently now in Canada they're trying out the Wenger offside rule, and if it does well, it might hit the mainstream. I don't know if you know the one,
Yes.
right? For those of you who don't know, of course, who are listening, this is that the player.
It was one of the 4 or 5 suggestions Wenger had.
Exactly. This is when the striker can be ahead of the player as long as a part of his body is in line with the defender. However, the fine margins will still exist.
Yes.
You can't get rid of the fine margins, and for
And-
me, I don't know why we're giving advantages to attackers.
Even handballs, man.
Handballs don't even get me started. I'm watching a replay clearly on my TV, and I don't know if it's a handball or not.
Yes.
That's the state we have.
To me, it all boils down to if it's a ball to hand, it is not a handball. Now, if the player is
What do you mean if it's a ball to hand? What do you mean?
like if say his hand is in an unnatural.
Mhm.
If it's in a natural position, it's obviously not a handball.
But isn't
However,
that in itself subjective? What's a natural position and what isn't? Because if you had to tell me to jump, automatically I'm going to raise my hands. That's
exactly?
natural,
But
right?
exactly. But if a player has his hands, I don't know, positioned like this, and the ball hits him here, 99%, that's a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. It's stupid.
Yeah. Sounds like you're extending. too much. Yeah,
Exactly, but by today's standards, that's a penalty.
yeah. Yes.
Even certain fouls. I mean, people need to remember. Referees need to remember. Football is a contact sport.
Yes.
Let them contact each other.
Exactly. Yes, that's a thing that miffs me. That pisses me off. This whole referees just blowing. I remember the match on Monday after the Inter Juve game.
All right.
It was I can't remember. It was 2 smaller teams, but
I was too angry to watch football.
I don't blame you. But the ref let the game run. It's almost like the episodes from the previous evening affected the game, and it was a really nice watch. Players
they
were clattering
definitely-
each other, and they were letting it run.
That Kalulu episode definitely had an effect, in my
For sure,
opinion.
for sure.
No, first of all, it happened in one of the 2 biggest matches of the season.
Yeah.
Juventus Inter Milan, Juve Milan. I think those are the 3
Yeah.
biggest matches of the season.
Yes.
It had a big effect on the match as well. So I think it did have an impact on referees' mentality.
Absolutely. Yes, I try personally to repress these injustices because there have been quite a few weird calls against Milan as well, and like the Parma goal, man, don't even get me.
Although, if everyone is a bit objective, when you look at the final league standings in May,
Mm-hmm.
more often than not, they're quite fair.
Yes.
More often than not, the best team wins the league.
Yeah.
It might not be the most beloved team, irrespective of who it is, Juventus, Inter, Milan, Napoli, whoever.
Mm-hmm.
But usually the best team does win the league.
Yeah.
Usually the best 4 qualify for Europe. Sometimes the team that places 5th is a bit unlucky.
Yes.
The 3 who go down usually do deserve to go down as well.
More often than not. Of course, they usually go till the very end, right? And it's basically a coin toss. Like
It usually balances out.
Yes. It's true. If you're gonna blame an individual episode, that's not possible.
No,
right?
no.
So, I mean, on the game itself, I think we can probably move on because since I have you here, I kind of want to discuss some things.
Francesco's comments.
Francesco's comments. Yes, I completely forgot about that. Nate, can we put on Cesco? The clip, yes, that can come now. Why
Since
not?
We spoke about the
Yes,
match, yeah.
yes, it's actually a perfect time. Thank you. You're a good co-host, huh?
Thank you. Sorry, Matt.
So what we can do, if you want to say something, maybe we can pause and react because it's 7 minutes long.
All right.
Yeah, you just shout "hold" and Nathan will pause.
All right.
Well done for ruining and fucking your season. Well done, Roma. Well done. Grande Roma. This is the second time I'm recording this because I'm in the middle of Valletta and these two old people were in front of me and they were distracting me. I thought I was recording this whole time, but I wasn't. But anyways, on to the game. We managed to ruin our season. Okay, maybe I'm being a bit too theatrical here, but honestly speaking, you played against the Juventus who had Como, Inter, Galatasaray, ×2. One of them was for 120 minutes. 3 red cards in 4 games, spiritually drained. Lost every single game because for me that 3-1 or whatever the result was a defeat in my not humble opinion. You had the advantage. You were resting every game for a week. You had a rest, for every... I can't even speak. You had a week's rest for every game. And you were in a good moment. You had the advantage against Juventus. Now, I did not think for 1 second that this was going to be an easy game. But I knew at some point Juventus are going to gas out. Even if they scored before us, they were going to gas out at some point. And that's what happened in the second half. But you had the advantage. And I told my friends who are Roma fans, like, guys, look, when you play these games, it's not just about how good you are. It's the luck you have. It is a very important compartment. So I thought that we were coming draw. Obviously, Juventus weren't as tired as I presumed they would be. But in the second half, they obviously gassed out. We capitalized on that fatigue. And we spent the second half playing our game, yes. And we started becoming a bit more clumsy. Boga scored an absolutely... In Maltese, you say Zeta, which means extra, but I want to use the same definition of the most extra goal I've seen this season. Totally unmarked. Doesn't even know how he scored. Conceição did a brilliant goal, by the way, but obviously our luck is we concede these goals. And in the last minute, when you're 3-2 up, shitting yourself,
The foul.
you had a corner in the 90th. You had a chance to defend the lead. The last 4 minutes, you give the ball away because you pass back, which I hate. You concede the free kick, and that's it. You know, nail in the coffin. When we conceded that free kick, I knew that someone was gonna make a fuck up, make a mistake, and gonna cause us to ruin that advantage we had. What can you do? What can you do? Could have been 7 points on top of Juventus. And what frustrates me the most is that we played Milan, Napoli and Juve. Against Milan, vabbè, it's Allegri's game, but we should have scored 2-3. Hate me for saying it if you want to hate me. But we should have scored 2 or 3 goals. We absolutely dominated that game. We came 1-1, fuck it. We were 1-0 down. I'll take it. Against Napoli, we were 1-0 up and 2-1 up. Santos scored an absolutely great goal, but it was also thanks to our negligence. We absolutely bottled it. We became clumsy, and we bottled this too. Today I felt like I went through a breakup. Don't tell my girl this, but I think if she had to break up with me, I would feel a bit less sad, I would feel less sad than how I'm feeling right now after this game. My soul has been sucked out of me. And this is the 4th time I'm feeling like this, and 3 of them were against Juventus. We had that 3-2 in the Juventus stadium when they scored 3 regular goals, Juventus. We had Roma Juve 4-3. History repeated itself. And we had against Sevilla. Those are the only times I've felt this sad and depressed after a game. You bottled it. Now Juventus are out of the Champions League. Napoli are out of the Champions League. Atalanta's days are numbered. Como aren't in the Champions League. Milan are in the Champions League, but our fight isn't against Milan. Everyone's out of the Champions League except for you. As in, you have the Europa League, but the Europa League becomes tough to the round of 16. It's just you.
Bologna.
What are you gonna do now? If you start dropping points, I mean, no way are we going to catch Juventus. We literally have to miraculously win nearly every game. We still have direct encounters against Atalanta, against Roma, against Inter. So, and we haven't won a single game. I've seen improvement. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy how we've approached these games, but it's not enough. It's not enough, and I'm genuinely tired. We haven't won a big game this season because I don't count Lazio. We played against Frosinone for all I care. It's not enough to play good and show balls. You want the result, and I do think this team is improving, and we have shown improvement. But it also exposes our weaknesses, and this is a young team. We have become less experienced than we used to be when it comes to defending leads. We used to be absolute artists in defending 1-0 leads, 2-0 leads, whatever it was. But we had a more experienced team. This team is young, so I understand that. But I'm generally tired. Some positives really quickly, because Jake told me this video has to be 7 minutes max. Pizzilli is playing amazing football right now. For me, he earns the starting 11 spot easily.
Yes.
Malin is a baller. Wesley is responsible for our intensity. We press well. Oh, we're clumsy.
But then he's clumsy.
We're clumsy, and I don't know what to say.
Great, yeah? Still a good player.
I just hope we can at least build on this next season. But if we don't get Champions League, because he decided to bottle these games, 3 points out of 9, which could have easily been 7 points. We got 3. Now we face the consequences. Honestly, I don't care anymore. I don't care.
You look like you care.
I have other things to worry about. But
He's
yeah.
a supporter. He does care.
Forza Roma,
I think
thank you for being the root cause
What's that?
of my depression. But I still love you, and will keep on supporting. Now in 2 weeks we start Europa League. We'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. We have to win every game though, which is not gonna happen because we're gonna be exhausted and we can't afford to rest players. But anyways, goodbye.
So the funniest part about this whole thing is, remember, he had to do this twice
Exactly.
because he wasn't recording the first time. Yes.
Although he didn't swear, that was the only thing that didn't make it Maltese.
It's
I
true.
guess.
It's true. He
Fully
needed to swear
Maltese.
more. Yeah. So he mentioned quite a few points that I want to get your thoughts on.
First of all, when he mentioned the 3-2 match, I was there.
You were there at the
Yes,
stadium.
Bonucci scored in the last minute. I don't know what irregular goal that was. It was a rocket of a shot from outside the box.
Okay.
Secondly, they had a penalty, which was never a penalty.
Okay.
Yes, we did have a penalty that wasn't neither. So I'll be fair.
Ruboma, we can call it.
Secondly, apart from that, anyone who calls another team, I know, cheats. They call us cheats. They call us, every single negative adjective that they can think of. To me, that's just being a bad loser.
Okay. Yeah.
He did mention the fact that they were experts at keeping a 1-0 league. I get it. What did they win though?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A 1-0 lead, sorry.
Lead.
not league.
But
In actual fact, what did they win? It's not a knock on him, man, because
No.
I actually worked with him on a couple of
you
videos
mentioned.
for work. Really great guy.
He's a good guy.
I had no idea he was into football. Otherwise, obviously, I would have
he
started.
loves it. Bro, he's got Roma tattooed on his chest.
I would have started the conversation with him otherwise.
He
In
mentioned
terms of bottling it, I get it. I get it. But you do need to give some credit to your opponent as well. I'm not talking about us only. Other matches as well.
Yeah.
I think in our case, I don't agree with the Boga goal comment. He was unmarked, yes, but the shot was good.
Yes.
Nothing to say about Conceição's goal. I mean, it was what it was.
Sensational, is it?
Nothing Zvilar could have done. In my opinion, best goaler in the league at the moment.
Zvilar?
Yes.
I would
him,
say
him and Manyan.
I would say Carnesecchi, man.
Fair.
Carnesecchi,
yes.
Manyan, and Zvilar all have a claim, but
Those three.
but Manyan's the most error prone of the lot. I would say. So for
Not
me,
sure.
it goes.
Maybe I'm biased because I like Manyan a lot.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. I
Maybe.
look, Manyan is when he makes great saves and when he's on form, he takes
He's
your
like
breath
a
away.
leopard, man. He's like a
Exactly.
leopard. the
He
way
honestly
jumps.
like he takes your breath away watching. But I would say then the brain farts he has put him down a little bit for me.
I think
like my keeper to be
one
less bold,
thing
less
one
eccentric.
thing I
Yeah.
think Francesco didn't mention,
Mm.
or maybe didn't go into too much detail on, is the fact that do Roma really have a really, really good team? They have some good players. Similar to Milan, I think their best asset is their manager.
Mm-hmm. Nah, yes.
People don't like Gasperini as a guy. I don't care. I mean, we're talking about a manager here, like his capability of managing a team. I think with this group of players, he's doing quite well.
Very well, to be honest.
If I look at that Roma team, I would say my favorite players are their keeper,
Mhm.
definitely. This season, Pizzilli,
Yes,
Kone,
absolutely.
I like
Kone
him a
is
lot.
brilliant. I think he's a
like him
top
a lot.
midfielder.
Sule and Dybala, no?
Sule has
Injuries,
been, yes,
inconsistent.
as the usual story.
Malen is a monster, so far
Malen,
at least.
yes.
Wesley is good when it comes to attacking. Needs to improve defensively.
Exactly.
Still a very, very good player.
Yeah.
But I don't think... Oh, Mancini.
Mancini, I like Mancini a lot.
I love Mancini.
Same.
They criticize him for not being the cleanest of players. I don't care. I love him.
Same here. And I like Indica a lot. I think Indica and Mancini are like, you have the cool head and the composed
In Indica.
leader in Indica. And then you have the ferocious Mancini.
And I
like,
think they are performing well because they have a manager who is good at bringing the best out of them.
Yes. And who knows them well, because Mancini and, for example, Brian Cristante were both at Atalanta with Gasperini.
Yes.
So there's that as well.
I'm not a fan of Cristante, I'll be honest.
Cristante is a player who every manager plays.
There's a reason why.
Exact.
I don't see it. But there has to be a reason why.
This game, he made quite a few mistakes, misplaced
Yes.
passes, and it's not the first time. The game
Yes.
before this, he was incredible. The game before this, he had a goal and an assist. That was his...
Even if you look at their
Yeah.
bench, I think they need to invest a bit more. As he said, rightly so, they do have some young players, a lot of young players,
Mhm.
which is an issue. But I think, looking at it from the Roma perspective, I think Francesco doesn't need to panic that much.
No,
honestly,
no.
I'm not joking.
I think more than him panicking, it was him. It's frustrating
No,
because he
'cause-
saw the opportunity.
But remember
Remember how close.
Remember what his first comment was. You ruined the season. No, they're still in it.
Yes.
Potentially, they can win the Europa League.
His comments mean that he doesn't believe that his team can actually go on a run till the end of the season. He believes that Como and Juve will-
you're going to lose a match here or there,
Yeah.
but even Como,
Yes,
even
even
Juventus.
Juve. Yeah.
and I think most of our big matches are done. Most of them. I think we only have Milan left, if I recall correctly. I think we have Milan away.
There's Atalanta, which is a tough one. But Milan,
Most
Milan's
of the really
the,
huge ones are
yeah.
done. But that's it. I think that's it.
Yeah, it's true. But
Most
then you
of
have
them are quite... Because, we've got Sassuolo, Genoa, Pisa,
oh,
Udinese.
these games are tough towards the end. Fiorentina and Lecce and Verona, depending on where they are, they
Depending
can
on
be.
where they are, but
as
look
a-
at the end of the day, you should
and
be
Pisa,
beating those
yes,
teams.
absolutely.
You should be, even though they're fighting for survival. I get it, but you should be beating those teams.
Yes. That's
If
been
we're not-
Milan's problem, right?
If we're not capable of beating those teams, fine, we'll play on Thursday next
Exactly.
season because we deserve to.
True. Do you agree with Cesco that Roma had the advantage going into this game?
Physically, I would say so. Mentally, I'm not sure. I won't say no. I won't say I'm not sure because I don't know. Look, I agree with him. We lost against Galatasaray. I mean, we won the match fine, 3-2.
Yeah.
We got knocked out.
Yes.
But seeing the whole stadium stand up and clap when we suffered the second goal, I think it encouraged the players a bit.
That's that.
If I look at our performance against Roma, I think it would be fair to say it was quite a balanced first half, but I would think we had our chances could have been a bit more clear cut, hadn't we messed them up ourselves.
Yes. Every
this-
time you would fuck them up
Yes,
yourselves. Cambiaso,
yes,
Yildiz, yeah.
In the second half, I would say Roma were better.
Yeah.
But if you're playing better than a team, like playing better than your opponent, sorry, and you don't fully finish them off, then that's on you.
Yeah.
However, I mean, look, the free kick was a mistake by one of their players. Fine. But it was still a good cross, and it was still a good header, and it was still good attacking play, sort of, by gut team.
But his point was the frustration of having an attacking corner and a chance to attack, trying to manage the game and failing potentially due to inexperience or clumsiness, and then you end up conceding from an attacking situation because you're trying to manage the game and trying to be cute.
I get it, but listen, Jake. Maybe Roma drew against Juventus, but they could have won against another smaller team that they didn't win against.
Yeah.
So
no
one should look at a single match.
Yeah.
All right, now we're at the tail end of the season, so 3 points will probably, I guess, they'll have the value of 6 or 8 points or 9 points.
Yes,
however, you need to also look at what you did at the beginning of the season as well.
Yes. Agreed. Totally agree. Emotions are high right now. On the Roma front, we'll see what they can do. Maybe they can win the Europa League or something. Would be nice for them. So, Adam, I have you here, and I have many questions about the Juve ownership. Maybe you can clear some things for us. Who's responsible for doing what? Do you believe that this is the right management to take you forward? So, recently, a few months ago, it was reported that the Juve owners actually publicly rejected a buyout offer from
1.2 million.
Exactly, Tether. Exactly, crypto firm Tether. Now, obviously, we've seen many coaches, we've seen many players for high prices, we've seen many sporting directors. Please run us through the chaos and your thoughts.
Where do I even start? Let's start with the management.
Okay.
So, ever since Marotta left, we've had quite a few changes. We had Marotta, we had Arrivabene, we had Paratici before that. I'm not going to mention them chronologically.
Yeah, no problem.
Right now there's Modesto Chiellini and Comolli as well, and Ottolini. The four I mentioned right now are the ones making the decisions.
Okay.
You've got the sporting side, the commercial side, and so on. Ottolini is pretty much the sporting director, the guy who was at Genoa.
Okay.
Now, we had Arrivabene, who ended up resigning with the rest of the board when Agnelli, Nedved, and so on resigned. He actually didn't do anything wrong.
No.
He wasn't part of anything.
I think it was just a collective step down, right?
Yes and no. Some of them left because of the investigations that were happening, because of the plusvalence issue, and the salary issue. I still say that the plusvalence issue was incredibly stupid by the league.
Yeah.
The salary issue, yes, was a huge mistake that the Juventus management made.
Agreed.
However, let me put it this way, Jake. You've got a car that you purchased for 5,000 euros, second-hand car. You're probably going to sell it for less. Right? You find an idiot who pays you 10,000 for it. You're going to say no.
Exactly.
As if.
Especially when you look at the players that were involved in the plusvalenza case, bro. They are all players who are established nowadays.
And apart from that, did we sell these players to ourselves? No. So why did Juventus get punished and other teams didn't? We got punished for the Rovella transfer. All right. What about Genoa?
Yeah.
Because we bought Rovella from Genoa. And apparently it was because 20 million was too much for Rovella at the time.
Who's currently worth 40, 50 plus, yes.
All right. And what about Inter, who bought Bastoni from Atalanta's Primavera team for, I think, 35 million? It's not a knock on Inter. It's a knock on both. With
Osimhen, when they sent three with players to France, and they said that they never even stepped foot in France. Yes,
exactly. I mean, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
For them to put, I mean, we ended up getting punished for something that isn't regulated.
Yes.
And that is why that management resigned partially. The salaries issue was stupid. There's no other way of putting it. It was a huge mistake by the Juventus management to declare a certain amount of salaries given when it was a different amount, especially when you are a club quoted in the stock exchange.
Yeah.
You just can't do that stuff. You can't.
Yeah. Who was the player? Who was it? De Sciglio, who apparently spoke out, or there was a player who ratted. No, apparently, I remember it being
I think it was De Sciglio.
De Sciglio. I think it was. Yeah.
But then you had players who, like Dybala and Chiellini and Bonucci, who didn't want their salary at all. They didn't want it back. Buffon as well. Ronaldo wanted it. I mean,
Obviously.
but all those millions. I mean, I get it. Look, he's not a supporter. He's a professional.
Yeah.
And I totally get it. So there was that management who that resigned. Then came in the, I guess, transitional management to try to get the finances a bit in order. We had Calvo, who joined Aston Villa now. For a very short stint, there was Giovanni Manna, who's now at Napoli. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think Manna and Tognozzi is the guy who discovered players like Yildiz, players like Sule,
Okay.
players like Dean Housen. Please don't call him Huijsen. It's
Oh, that's
Housen.
my mistake.
No, not you. Everyone. I didn't know either.
You didn't know?
No, but
You were the one who told me.
fun
actually.
fact, when Bournemouth announced him, they said Dean is in the house, and they spelled house Huijs. Part of his theory.
Clever. Yeah.
He was the one who discovered these players. He was the one who pressured Pirlo and Sarri to start playing Miretti and Fagioli.
Okay.
Sarri didn't play Miretti or Fagioli. Pirlo did. So he always had an eye for these young players. He bought Samuel Elling Jr. Didn't really work out, but he was.
There
the
was a
one who-
player there, and you managed to get some profit on him.
He was the one who signed these really good young players. But they didn't keep him for some, in my opinion, weird reason. I don't know. Cherubini was there for a really short stint. Then he got suspended as well because he was part of that management.
Okay.
Then there was Paratici, who left in 2021, 2022. Paratici, I think he's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of guy.
I think without maybe Marotta, he's more
I think
Mr. Hyde.
I think Marotta was great at controlling him a bit.
Yes, is that?
He is the guy who worked on getting Cancelo. He is the guy who worked on getting Vidal. He is the guy who worked on getting Quagliarella a bit further back. Obviously, Marotta was overseeing everything.
Yeah.
Marotta was director general, but Parati was handling more of the sporting side, sort of. There were a lot of changes. Now, what do I think about the current crop? It's too early.
It's too early to
It's
say,
their
right?
first season. I liked the fact that they had a bit of spine and guts to speak out in the way they did after the Inter match.
Yes. They sent Chiellini, right?
Chiellini,
Yeah.
it was Chiellini and Comolli.
Yeah.
I think it was about time that they spoke up and spoke out.
Compared to, for example, sorry to interrupt, but
Uh-huh.
Lazio, the season have been on the receiving end of quite a few refereeing injustices.
Yes.
And every time they would refuse to speak out in the
Uh-huh.
media. They just wouldn't send
And
Sarri.
it's just Tampa,
Exactly.
pretty much.
So, and the fact is, it kept happening. But the second that Juve did something like this, they put a lot of pressure on the referees, and this is something that needs to be done. When a mistake this serious
And I
is
think however, that said, even though I agree with you, we need to keep in mind that if someone from Juventus, Inter, and Milan speaks up, it carries a lot more weight than if someone from another club were to speak up.
That's fair. That's fair.
In my honest opinion.
That's fair.
Lazio, with all due respect to their fans, they can't be compared to the big
No,
three.
no.
They're a good team. Well, they used to be a very good team.
Yeah,
I remember the team that won the league
of course.
in 2000. It was a monstrous team. Crespo, Mihailovic, God rest his soul.
Madonna, what a player he was.
Marchegiani, Stankovic, Stam, Nedved. They had a really, really, really good team. Nesta, my
Yeah, of
all-time
course,
favorite
of
defender.
course, of
All-time
course.
favorite defender ever.
So good, so
Nesta.
elegant, so graceful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, I mean, a season or two of being on top, let's say a 4-year period, sort of. They competed for the UEFA Cup as well. They lost
Yeah.
it against a fantastic Inter team with Ronaldo. Does it classify Lazio as a big team?
No.
I think they are a good team, They're not one of the biggest though.
No.
So I think if someone from Lazio speaks up and if someone from Juventus, Inter, or Milan speaks up,
There's a different.
I think there's an imbalance.
Yes.
I would give this management some time.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind that a couple of them came in during the season, like when the season started. Let's see what they managed to do this summer. I'm not expecting miracles because financially the club isn't in its best state.
And Giuntoli is a big contributing factor to that, right? The fact that many of the moves were kind of on the rip-off side or the overspending.
Yes,
kind of.
but at the same time, I mean, look, Thuram 15 million.
That's a
16
bargain. That's
million.
great. That's great.
Kalulu for I think another 15.
That
as
was
well.
a foolish move by Milan.
Cabal, before he got injured, was doing really well.
He was good at Hellas, man.
We got him cheap
Of course.
as well. But yes, there was Cop Miners, there was Douglas Luiz.
Yes.
So I get it. Who else did Giuntoli bring in? Because we brought
Surely he must have brought in a striker, right? One of the
no.
no.
Colomwani in January.
Okay,
On loan.
okay, which was decent. To be
Yes,
fair. Yeah, very
yes.
good, very good deal.
There was Douglas and Cop Miners we mentioned. Yes, they didn't really succeed, or at least they didn't succeed as much as I would have hoped. Hoped as much so. Who else did Di Gregorio?
Uh-huh.
I'll give him another season.
Okay.
He wasn't purchased for a lot. And Nico Gonzalez is look, Nico Gonzalez was great with Fiorentina.
Yes.
So if you look at these players, the ones that Giuntoli brought in, the absolute majority of them weren't exactly bad players.
No, that's absolutely true. Yeah. Okay, so we've covered the management and decided that it's too early to criticize the current crop.
I just want consistency now.
Yes, that's
Give
very
them time,
important.
give them
That's
time. No more changes.
even for the sake of like the difference a positive work environment makes when you go in and you know who's there.
Like,
And
we were talking about
Literally.
like my own personal experience, like in previous jobs.
Yeah.
When you work in a really good environment, it shows.
Absolutely, and it's nice to go somewhere and you say this place has a future. Not
Yes.
everyone's dying to leave.
Exactly.
Yeah. Spalletti.
Mhm.
Is it too early to make a decision on him?
No, keep him.
Keep him, right?
Keep him.
Absolutely,
No,
yes.
keep him.
When you have a manager like that, you keep him.
Look at that squad of players. I think he is doing a really good job.
Yeah.
I think with that team of players that is incredibly inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
I would say our most experienced player is probably Locatelli.
Mm-hmm.
Perrin has been there longer, yes, but he hasn't played that much.
Yeah.
Locatelli at least played in the Euros twice. National team player, usually at least.
Yeah.
Has been one of our most consistent players. I think he's played for Milan, Sassuolo. I think he is our most experienced player.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying much. So if you look at the rest of the team, we need to give them time. Many players played in the Champions League for the first time last year.
That's a very good point as well.
So we need to give them time again. We have seen some really good performances. Napoli at home. Juventus, destroyed them.
Destroyed them. Absolute domination.
Inter away. We played better than them after losing a player.
Yeah.
I think against Roma we were quite decent, all things considered. Galatasaray at home.
Was a masterclass
I
at first
think-
before the red card.
Even
after.
Even after.
Man, you showed fucking fighting spirit, man.
I was sad that they got knocked out, obviously. I can't ignore the abysmal performance in the second half of the first leg.
The total collapse.
Look, you don't concede 4 goals by just being unlucky. That just doesn't happen. If you concede 4 goals, you are playing like idiots.
Yeah.
And obviously, give credit to your opponent who played really well as well. I think one of the matches that really frustrated me under Spalletti was the Coppa Italia match against Atalanta.
Mm.
Make this sentence make sense. We dominated a team that beat us 3-0.
yeah.
We played better than
that's true.
than them. The only difference was they took their chances and we didn't.
Yeah, I can't remember that game very clearly. Yeah.
They were at home.
Yeah.
They were at home. We played better than them. However, we didn't take our chances and they did.
Yeah, it's true, even statistically, completely.
Like plain and simple. No, we missed our chances. Another one. When we played against Lazio, 2-2. 34 shots, if I recall correctly. I think. See if you can find it.
One sec. Juve.
I think we had 34 shots in total.
Juve versus.
Lazio. No, it was after Napoli.
Here it is. Yes. So we're talking. So your XG was 2.81 with 34 shots to 9.
No. 34 shots.
Yeah.
I don't care.
8 of them on target.
I'll be honest, Jake. I don't care about this stupid XG rubbish.
Yeah, really? I think it gives you a good idea.
But sometimes the way it's calculated isn't really fair. Like, if you shoot a lot from outside the box.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I think it shouldn't be trusted alone. It should be taken with context.
I'd rather have a team that shoots 5 times in a match and scores twice than a team that shoots 34 times in a match that had probably only 4 big chances and draws at home.
Yes, against
a very struggling Lazio team.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And this was Lazio post Guendouzi
and they had a lot of missing players for that match.
Yeah. They played Daniel Maldini as a striker. I remember this actually.
And
now he
Daniel
pressed
Maldini,
you and he won the ball off your players many times,
yes,
right?
Exactly. I think for their second goal, it was his assist.
Yes. I remember he dispossessed. Who was it? The first person one of your Locatelli.
Locatelli. I think if I look at Spalletti, if you look at our performances, let's start at our generally speaking now. Our performances have significantly improved compared to what we used to play, under Tudor.
Agreed.
To me, you can see that there's the touch of an experienced coach.
It's day and night, to be honest.
Spalletti coached Inter, brought them back to the Champions League after a few years of absence. He coached Roma, competed for the league quite a few times, won the Russian league with Zenit. Coached the national team, it didn't work out, true. Had an incredible season with Napoli. I have no idea what the hell happened that season.
He went down in history for
5-0, 4-0, 5-2. They beat us 5-1.
I think the national team thing was a bit of arrogance after that.
Maybe yes, could be. And I think he wasn't playing the players in their proper position. Similar to kind of what Amorim did with Manchester United, I would say.
Yes. When you are a system coach, right? I don't like that at all.
Exactly. That said, first of all, earlier on I said I'd like some consistency. Number one, keep the manager. If he's doing well, keep him. It's not like if we don't keep Spalletti, we're going to go for Klopp.
Exactly.
Even though he isn't managing anymore, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or Guardiola, as if.
Yeah.
What better option is there? That is my question.
Available right now, there's hardly anything.
I
right?
would probably think that Conte will be available this summer.
I think so.
I see him leaving.
And I see them going for someone like Italiano, Napoli. I can really imagine that.
He deserves it, huh?
I think he does, even though the season's been tough.
Even though like his time at Fiorentina was a bit on and off. I would call it on and off.
I think he has very good spells, but I've seen this now twice with him. With Fiorentina, I saw it every season, and with Bologna, the season, it's ever present.
Let's remember how many players
the ball
Bologna have
slowly,
lost.
Man. Yes, but Madonna, the moving the ball from left to right so slowly. The defense just jogs. Pisa yesterday spent a whole game jogging from left to right, and they couldn't do anything. That deadliness, when Orsolini was on great form and they had Dan and Doye on the other side, the way they would switch play and transition was beautiful.
Exactly, but we're talking about a player who isn't playing well.
Yes.
And a player who's not there anymore.
Exactly. Yes. So they're
I think
trying to do that with...
Italiano is a good coach. I would like to see him with a bigger team.
Mm-hmm.
That said, do I see him with us? I'm not sure.
No, not yet. No.
I'm not sure. So when it comes to Spalletti, I think we need to look at. All right, let's say we don't keep him. I hope we do. I hope we do keep him. What other options do we have?
No. There aren't many.
I would say now. Look, if Conte is available, I'm not sure, because I think Conte is capable of fixing this team, like this current group of players, even more than Spalletti. In my opinion,
Conte?
I think so. I might be wrong.
Conte, but
look,
gives
Conte
you
won-
a
Conte
short
won the-
fix, right?
Conte won the league with De Celli and Estigaribia and Simone Pepe
Yeah,
as his number 7.
yeah.
And Giaccherini and Ogbonna.
Of course. I mean, no. Domestically, he's
Mind
fine.
you,
and
we had Pirlo, we had Chiellino, Bonucci and Barzagli, although the same defense that finished 7th for 2 seasons in a row won the league.
yes, that's a
For
that's a
9
very
in a row.
important point, actually.
For 9 in a row.
Yeah. I have some free agent managers over here.
Alright.
Would Gareth Southgate
Hell no,
interest you?
no,
Xabi
no.
Alonso?
Interesting.
Interesting. Oh.
But I see Xabi Alonso. If Liverpool don't qualify for the Champions League, and let's be honest, there is a possibility that they don't,
Yeah.
because Manchester United have admirably
Yeah.
they've turned it around.
They're
and
trying
I'm
to give that
happy.
guy a haircut, man.
People don't like me saying this because in Malta there's this really idiotic mentality of Juventus fans and Manchester United fans not liking each other.
Uh-huh.
I don't care. You've seen my books at home.
I have.
Gary Neville, the Holy Trinity,
yes.
the class of '92, Alex Ferguson, Roy Keane, Cantona. I have all their books. Beckham, Neville.
Do you still feel that way to them without the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I really like Manchester United.
Yeah. To be fair, I kind of like them too nowadays because many of my friends support them.
With Manchester
Yeah.
United surge, so you've got Arsenal and City definitely top 2.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wins the league, I don't know. I would say City.
I would say City too.
I
don't believe in Arsenal.
It's not that. It's just that I have a lot of faith in Guardiola.
Fair.
Arsenal have a better squad.
Do they have a better squad?
They have more options, yes. In my
I
opinion.
think so.
They don't have a striker that's as good as Haaland.
No.
However, look at the back. They have 8 different players who can play.
Okay.
Look at midfield. Apart from Declan Rice, who's brilliant in
I
his
think
position.
offensive options though, City have way more. It's just the way that Arsenal play, right?
No, I think Arsenal have more options. City have less options, but they're better players.
Maybe. Okay. Fair enough.
I think-
I'm
I think-
talking
I
like
think-
Sherky, Marmoush, Reinders players.
Haaland, obviously.
Haaland, yeah.
But look at Arsenal. Odegaard, Saka, Eze, Madueke, Martinelli. They're not playing at their best. Gyökeres.
Yeah.
There's Havertz, even though he's hurt.
Fair enough. I
They
forgot half these
they
players.
do have options.
Yeah.
They do have options. But Manchester Cities are better. But Arsenal are getting the job done. Xabi Alonso, because we were talking about
Uh-huh.
Xabi Alonso. Sorry, we went on
No
a
problem.
tangent.
No problem.
You've got
I'm really
City-
enjoying this. I have to say.
Thank you. Likewise. You've got City and Arsenal, who, in my opinion, will place first and second. I see United finishing third. So you've got fourth and fifth up for grabs. There's Aston Villa, who took a bit of a dip in form because all 3 of their midfielders got hurt. You've got Chelsea, who are improving, even though they lost this weekend. And then there's Liverpool. I think it's between those teams.
Yeah, fair.
So, if Liverpool don't finish 4th or 5th, probably England will have the 5th place as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Liverpool finish 6th, and they don't qualify for the Champions League. I do see them sacking the manager.
Mm-hmm.
You don't spend €500 million
sure.
and not qualify for the Champions League after winning the league.
Agreed.
So, and if they do, I do see them going for Xabi Alonso.
I think it's a good fit. It's a classic fit for
Ex-player,
them, is that? It's,
Ex-player did a really good job with Leverkusen.
of course.
I think
Until
it was,
they met Gasperini.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't his fault that it didn't really work out with Real Madrid. Because, I mean, look, he was in the top places in the Champions League, competing for the league against Barcelona, still in the Copa del Rey. He wasn't doing anything wrong. I think it was a matter of losing a few big heads in the dressing room. Let's look at that team.
That's it. And you could
Rodrigo,
tell
Vinicius and Mbappe.
they didn't respond to him. And
No.
I think when it comes to Real Madrid, the reason why the likes of Zidane and
You know what?
Ancelotti
I
did
think
very
there are-
well.
I think not all of them, but I think some of the Real Madrid players are a bunch of babies and a bunch of kids who have no idea of the pedigree of Xabi Alonso.
Agreed.
Xabi Alonso with one leg is a better midfielder than all of them put together.
Agreed. I think when it comes to managing Real Madrid, that's the most important thing: how to handle egos, and that's
Yes.
why the
You
players
need,
did
you
well.
need, you
the
need an
coaches,
Ancelotti, you
yes.
need a Vicente Del Bosque.
Exactly. Ancelotti can convince fucking Ronaldo to come on in the second half so he can be more effective. Not many coaches can do that.
Pretty much, yes.
Just
You know
out
who's
of
another good
curiosity,
option? Maresca.
Maresca's a nice option.
Like
huh?
Maresca with Chelsea.
I liked
had
him.
The fact that Maresca had the guts to eliminate, I guess,
Mhm.
3/4 of the team and say, "This is my squad and that's it."
Yeah.
I think he just wasn't a suck up
Fair.
to the club's board
true.
and ownership.
It's true. Dude, you have what's his name available as well? In my opinion, too soon. De Zerbi.
Too explosive.
Too explosive.
I love the guy. Yeah.
He's not really the
Imagine De
stilo
Zerbi.
Juve.
I see De Zerbi with Roma.
With Napoli, I see him. I imagine. Him.
Well, I see De Zerbi with Napoli, and then I see it all imploding after 3 months.
You know who he supports?
No idea.
He's a Milan fan.
Had no idea.
I would love to have him one day, but I want him to get to make the rounds first.
But that doesn't always work. Like Inter, Baggio was an Inter supporter, Pirlo was an Inter supporter, Gilardino was a Juve fan, Tony was a Juventus fan, Bernardeschi was a Milan fan.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And now he's a film fan.
Yes.
He's more than a football.
I think
fan.
he still loves Juventus though. See what he did when he played away against them.
He
He went under the curva. They threw him scarves, and it was quite emotional for him.
I was surprised he received such an ovation from the Juve fans.
Because he always showed respect towards the club.
People remember that, eh?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Nate, how far in are we? Just
Wow.
below 2 hours, okay.
Sorry, eh?
No, thank you so much. It's been it's flown, to be honest. So we're not gonna have time to discuss everything else. So I think we can select. So I
Whatever
think
you
it's
want.
important to talk about the title race. Now you said that there is no title race remaining.
I think so.
I think I am of the opinion. So
No disrespect towards Milan. It isn't. It is more of I really believe in this Inter team.
and the fact that they're out of the Champions League as well really helps
And
them.
I mean, look, they did get knocked out against Bodo Glimt. Fine, I know, I get it. They should have gone through. Who cares? When we won the league with a record number of points, 102, we got knocked out of the Champions League group stage.
Yeah.
We were in the same group with it was Maccabi Haifa or Maccabi Tel Aviv, one of those two.
One of those.
Galatasaray and Real Madrid.
Okay.
Real Madrid, fine, they should have won the group, and they did. They won the cup that year as well. But Galatasaray, we should have gone through against them.
Yes. Some things never change.
And we still won the league. I mean, and again, Inter got knocked out in the playoff round. They got knocked out against a team that they, in my opinion, could have and should have beaten.
For me, this Bodo team, every time I watch them, and I'm so
We beat
impressed
them
by
away at home.
You beat them.
Away at home. Sorry. We beat them away in Norway.
You beat them away?
Yes,
Okay.
in the group, 3-2.
Yes. That's a tough gig, though. Freezing conditions. Nowadays, they're not even playing their league.
No.
So
But even when people start talking about, because they play on a synthetic turf, fine, yes, I get it, but we're talking about Inter, Juventus, Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, professional teams.
Yeah.
With millions and millions of euros at their disposal.
Yes, but
they're capable of adapting.
remember, that when before Malta, we're talking like the time. So my girlfriend's grandfather used to play for the national team.
All right.
And he talks about a time when Malta used to only play on gravel. And foreign teams would fly
At
to
Gzina.
Malta. I'm not sure where, but probably. And they would have to play on gravel when they're used to playing on turf.
Yes,
And
but
apparently the margins were always lower, and Malta
True,
always
but-
gave them a tough time. man.
true, but players at the time, Maltese players, were much better than they are nowadays, probably. Secondly, apart from that, technology isn't what nowadays. It's improved much more.
Yes. It's
And
true.
the gap has definitely increased.
Of course, yes. But Bodo are super fun to watch. They're very narrow.
They're interesting.
Yeah.
They're very interesting to watch.
Agree.
And
Okay.
I think they play Sporting Lisbon.
Oh, that's
No.
nice. Is it?
Is it? I think Sporting
Let's
Lisbon.
have a look. Because
So I think it's on paper. I think it's doable.
they play
Yes,
Sporting. Yes,
Sporting.
yes.
I think it's doable.
It is.
Atalanta. I mean,
They
it's
might
tough.
be a dark horse this tournament. man.
Atalanta is tough. I mean,
Atalanta,
they're playing Bayern, man.
I would love
For me,
Atalanta
the
to do something.
favorites, the favorites to win it this year. You've got, obviously Bayern Munich, in my view.
Mhm.
I think they're a great team.
Bayern Munich are on
Arsenal.
the right side of the bracket, right?
Arsenal, 100%.
Yeah,
I see Arsenal.
no,
I
wrong
actually
part of
see
the bracket.
Arsenal winning the Champions League and not the league.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, bro, the football
You've
they
got-
play would
you've-
be great in knockout.
You've got
tournaments.
Arsenal, Barcelona. Never ever underestimate Real Madrid. Never.
Never in the Champions League.
They're playing
especially.
City.
Mhm.
I won't be surprised if City qualify. I won't be surprised if Real Madrid qualify.
Yeah, Yeah.
And let's not discount PSG.
Yes, absolutely. We're playing Chelsea.
And if Liverpool decide and realize that they have a really good team, they can be a competitor as well.
yeah.
If you were to force me though to pick one team, I'd say Bayern Munich.
Bayern, you'd say? So
I hope
they have
not.
a tough run, They've got to play Atalanta, not that bad for
Yes,
them, considering what
but
else
then
they could
they've
have got.
got Real or City.
Real or City, exactly.
but
and then
if
potentially PSG.
If
or
there's one
Liverpool.
team who can knock those teams out,
It's Bayern.
Munich. Although, let's see what company does against experienced coaches.
Yes, because some don't manage on
Exactly.
the international stage when they manage really easily in the league.
Exactly,
bro.
because I mean, all right, Arbeloa isn't experienced for Real
Mm.
Madrid, but then you've got Luis Enrique, who already won the competition twice.
Exactly.
And you've got Manchester City, obviously. I mean, Pep.
Nothing needs to be said about Pep.
Exactly.
Okay, let's jump to
Back to our league.
back to our league, and I want to ask you about the relegation situation. First of all, do you follow the relegation football in Serie?
Yes.
Yes, and do you have any hot takes or any potential favorites? Who do you think goes down this
The
year?
last three.
The last three, so Lecce, Pisa, Verona.
and Maybe.
I would say Cremonese.
Maybe it will be a battle between. Look, Pisa and Verona, I think, are gone.
It's tough for them.
I think-
They just
I
can't
think-
win, man.
Similar to Wolves in the Premier League, in my opinion. But then you've got Lecce and Cremonese, and mathematically they're close to each other.
Yes, they're equal on points. Fiorentina, Cremonese, and Lecce are all on 24 points.
Fiorentina have a good enough team to stay up.
Yes.
For me, Fiorentina have a good enough team to qualify
For
for
the
Europe.
Europa League as well.
Yes, in my opinion, at least. To me, it's not really much of a hot take, because a hot take would probably be me saying Torino will go down.
Yes.
But I don't think so. Like, Torino have a good enough team to stay up.
Of course. And just that, and I don't think they care about
No,
anything else
no,
because
exactly.
Cairo
That's their
is
ambition.
a part-time owner, I think,
Pretty-
honestly.
Yes, unfortunately for them.
Unfortunately for
I
them.
think,
yeah.
look, if Verona and Pisa, in my view, are gone, it's very tough for them.
And the manner with which they keep losing is brutal.
Yes.
At the end, they
Remember
play really
how-
well.
Like, for example, when they played against Inter,
Yes, man.
they played
So well. With Moreo having the game
like,
of his life.
Gilardino is not a bad manager. Eh?
Gilardino is unlucky because he's always on shit teams.
Yes, the Genoa.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Gilardino with in a more stable environment.
Matt and I often talk about Gilardino. We're big fans. His football is so balanced
Yes.
and effective.
Yes.
Yes, it's just that the talent is not there always. I'm very impressed by Cagliari, by the way. So Cagliari and Parma have
And
two
Parma, I was
fresh
going to mention
managers,
Parma.
two young managers who are managing for the first time as the
I hope-
Inquesta and Pisacane.
I hope they don't make the mistake of moving on next season.
I hope he doesn't make the mistake.
By they I mean both managers.
Yes.
I
Agree.
hope they both stay at Cagliari and Parma.
Yeah.
They need more experience, in my opinion.
Yes.
I don't think that they're ready. I might be wrong, but I don't think that they're ready for a Lazio.
No. Especially in that environment.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I think, and look, to leave Parma, to go to sign for, I don't know, Udinese, just stay where you are.
Exactly. Especially when you have Parma who have a decent ownership, who really move intelligently
Yes.
in the market.
You know what might be available?
Mm.
The Como job. If a big team comes for Fabregas, and I don't know how that dynamic will work, because if I recall correctly, he's part owner of the club.
He is, but apparently it's not totally impossible that he leaves.
So if say a big club were to sign Fabregas, Como will need a manager.
It's quite a stark difference. Have they go for Cuesta in style?
Yes.
It's like going from I don't know.
We
the
went
likes
from
of-
Allegri to Sarri.
You did exactly. It's
It
equivalent.
happens.
Yeah.
It happens. If the Como job is available, then forget about what I just said.
Fair. Okay. I think we can move on to our fantasy
Maybe
football.
any comments as well.
Yes.
See
I
if
was
we-
gonna have a look, and to be honest, I lost the page. Let's have a look. Yes. Here it is. Okay, Adam is way too balanced and likable for a Juve fan. Damn it, I can't even throw any abuse his way.
Sorry.
Where's Luca when you need him? Luca, one of our patrons.
No, rather, thank you, but I just
He's
look
on
at it-
camera.
No, I just look, I think I dropped something else. I just try to look at it objectively.
Yeah.
If in my opinion Inter are the best team, then I'm going to say that they are the best team.
Yeah.
I don't like them. I obviously dislike them very much.
Yeah.
I use different adjectives off camera,
Yeah.
obviously. But I try to be it's not thank you, but I don't see myself being balanced. I think it's just being objective.
Mhm. But objectivity is in itself about if you are objective, your take is balanced.
And recently I took part in a Juventus podcast.
Yeah.
I had no problem saying having words of praise for Inter.
Yeah, of course they deserve it. I mean, it's clear to see you.
What
at the end of the
it
day,
is
you're a
going to
fan
say
of
that
football,
Lautaro's a bad player?
Yes.
What it is going to say that Sommer didn't have a good career?
Exactly.
Or Acerbi didn't make the comeback of the decade? I mean, it's these are facts.
They are facts. And all I talk is facts. Yes. Daniel left because he has to watch the Como game. That's going to be good. That's tonight.
Priorities.
Pull up they're up already. Amazing. So this is our Fanta Calcio League. I invite you to join us next season, Adam.
I will.
The winner gets a free kit.
I won't mention my team's name.
No, don't worry. We have a few bad ones, I hear.
Yes.
So
One of them is a close friend of mine.
yes, shout out Dequan.
Dequan
of
Grishti,
course.
Spurs supporter.
Yeah.
I feel him because in England I support Spurs as well.
Really?
Edgar David signed for them in the mid-2000s.
Of course. So, yeah.
Childhood hero. I was curious to see, as a 13-year-old, I was curious to see how he performs. But then I saw players like Ledley King,
Oh yeah.
Robbie Keane, Jermaine Defoe, and I just not fell in love, but I sympathize.
Yeah, I like them with that Crouchy.
Yes.
I love
like
Crouch, man. Crouch was a fun player.
Remember the comment he passed? Well, not a comment, was on Twitter. What would you have been if you weren't a footballer?
Yes.
You know what his answer was?
Single, was it?
No, a virgin.
A virgin. That's hot.
the Brits are really good at this banter.
Yeah. There was another one. Someone told him, he posted something and someone said like, thanks for this, Crouch won't be, how was it? Won't be jacking off to your missus tonight. And he went, cheers, mate.
Yes,
Cheers, mate. You know that?
Another guy commented on Marquis's profile.
Yeah.
This was a couple of years back. He posted a photo with his wife, and she had a bit of a revealing dress.
Uh-huh.
Her cleavage was out, basically.
Okay.
And the guy commented, he basically said, did you realize that your wife has big breasts? Marquis's comment was, I didn't realize that the woman I have 2 children with has big breasts. Sorry. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for pointing that out. People can be such idiots online.
So stupid. So have you ever noticed that your wife has big breasts? No shit.
I think I found my favorite team name.
Which one? Which one's your favorite?
Gym
team?
City Life.
Gym
So
City
good.
Life is fucking good, bro. So many good ones.
Even the guy placing third.
Inter your mom.
Mhm.
It's a good one. Yeah. So as you can see, guys, my personal mission of making top 10 is getting nearer and nearer as I'm currently in 11th. Saponara Seaman.
Where's Matt?
Matt is second. Zanetti's asshole because he had a very iconic moment.
Are we
on
talking about Paolo Zanetti, the coach, or the legend?
The coach.
All right.
Because Matt said that Zanetti's game plan every game is to go out in the center circle, bend over, put his fingers in and widen it and go, and invite everyone.
I like
to,
how he used the dollar sign.
Is that that's so we can post the shorts on TikTok. Okay, and can we see the best performers of the week? Let's have a look. So we have, of course, Gym City Life, Kurt Sultana.
Great name.
What a showing
Well
this
done.
week. 80.5. That's us. 79 points. Matthew with 78.5 points. Katana Choke Me Maxi. That's Alan with 78 points. And of course we have Giordano 77. Kenan Won't Stop 76 points. It's a good game. Good name. Ex-player of yours.
Another player that Toniozzi signed.
Yes, and another player that you potentially sold off a little bit too prematurely, right?
Maybe we can get him back. He's a Sassuolo player.
Yeah, fair. To be honest, fair. Yes, thank you very much for listening, guys. Thank you very much, Adam. I really enjoyed having this chat with you.
Thank you. Thank the Patreons.
Thank
People commenting as well.
Yes, thank you.
Hopefully I wasn't boring. I didn't bore you guys.
I highly doubt it, bro. I think it's going to be a breath of fresh air. People, of course, we
miss Matt.
Yes, we miss Matt, but this is something different, and something different is always good, you know.
Happy to help out.
Thank you very much. Get well soon, Parker. Miss you, Matt. Thank you, Adam. Ciao, ciao, everyone.
Bye, guys.
If you like Serie A or have ever liked it in the past, it's a good opportunity for you to listen once a week and you'll get filled in.
In the football weekend, that's like the main dish. But then a few days later, you drop your episode and that's like the dessert. And the dessert is just perfect.
It's good, the cake.
It makes it feel like we're all sitting in a room together, just BSing with each other.
The atmosphere is fantastic.
I promise nobody will ask you to send boob pics.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
I love how you go into so much detail and show so much passion towards each and every team. Literally, no team is left undiscussed.
When I listen to you, it's like I'm talking to you in a pub. It's like I'm chatting to a friend and you're chatting to me.